Welcome to the weekly Roundup, Part 2. You've reached Talking with Dr. Terry, 180 Seconds to a Better You, message number 511, and I'm Dr. Terry Wurzbacher. Let's pick up from where we left off yesterday. Pat, I think it was, in North Dakota, talked about how a few years ago he cut his thumb on a table saw, and because his parents were elderly, he didn't want them to have to drive him to the hospital, so he drove himself with minimal pain. Karen commented that it's important to have a strategy to handle all the stuff that's rummaging around in your mind. If you don't have one thing to focus on and don't develop the discipline to focus, then your attention is going to be distracted all the time. Karen also said that she's getting her quotes ready to send me when I'm doing Vol State. That's the best thing ever. Every morning she sends me an uplifting or inspirational quote to start or continue my day. I really appreciate it. Debbie said it helped to know that I have some negative chaos in my brain. It's very easy for people to appear all put together, but they all have the same issues. They've just simply figured out how to manage it. I'm still learning. That's why I talked about it the other day, was to let you know that I'm not perfect and these are the things that I'm working on. Lise made me feel good when she said, "We're all here with you." She told me to take a deep breath and slow down, and that was helpful. Tim gave me a good idea about handling the hotline calls during Ball State, but what I was obsessing about in that call was the ones that I have to do now. It's hard to keep coming up with things to talk about every day. On the mental hoarding call, Karen shared two things that are helpful. One was a quote that she said Dr. Gilbert uses, which I haven't heard, so I'm glad she mentioned it, and that's, "It will come to me." Then she told the story about Einstein and a reporter. The reporter couldn't finish his interview and asked Einstein for his phone number. Well, he walked over to the phone book, looked it up, and gave it to the reporter. When the shocked reporter said, "You don't even know your own phone number?" Einstein replied that he doesn't memorize whatever he can look up. That's a fantastic strategy now because it's so much easier to look things up. Coach Clifford asked how I do a rest and reset. I don't have a technique yet, but I'm trying different things. One thing is that I've let go of so much in the last 2 days. I'm just doing what comes to me when I want to. If that's nothing, then it's okay for a few days. I'm not feeling guilty about it also, and that's key. I've done a lot of meditation on Insight Timer as well. Susan said that near the end of life, people have so much going on in their minds that they focus a lot on the recent memory and they remember how much pain they're in. That's why doing a life review ahead of time can be helpful. It gives you something else to focus on. The people whose questions will be answered next week are Coach Clifford, Terry, Debbie, and Susan. Have a diamond week, everybody.